most important break. Delightful wife, Verandi is here. Hello, delightful wife. I love you.
Bye, Verandi.
Truth, age, date, and who'd you vote for?
Hello, I'm 29 from Idaho. Voted for Trump.
Idaho.
Oh, no. Okay, my question for you is how close are you to Pocatello?
I don't know.
Okay, why'd you vote?
You don't know how close you are to Pocatello?
He don't know. Anyway, this is gonna be a great conversation. Why did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump because they were putting illegals in my small town. And
Listen,
really
no. I'm not doing this with you. Ain't no fucking way that you're going to sit up here and bitch about immigrants in Idaho.
Yeah, they were putting them in my small town to compete with that jobs.
You mean the jobs that you don't do? You mean the farming jobs? Because last I checked, Idaho has a very, very high agriculture workforce. Am I correct?
That's right. Well, they took them in.
Oh, okay. And who typically takes those jobs? Is it American citizens?
We had all nice locals working at the Walmart, and
ain't no
Percentage
fucking way.
See, it's weird because we study these things. So the percentage of Idaho's population that is undocumented is 2%.
Exactly.
2%.
Exactly. So majority of the people working these jobs are actually your fellow U.S. citizens. Only 2% are actually working these jobs that are undocumented. But either way,
Filipinos.
The working would be less actually because 2% would be undocumented of all ages.
It's an English country. They'll speak to
Not
you
an
in
English country.
To all their,
this isn't an English country. I know you guys are so scared about another language, but I'm telling you right now, this country does not have a national language. We're not an English country, okay? I don't really care if someone speaks Spanish. I mean, I literally the other day had someone speak Spanish, and guess what I did? I just used a translator for them. That's all I did. It's not that hard, dude.
Well, this is an English-speaking country.
It's not.
And my teenagers need to get a job, and they can't get a job.
They absolutely can. They absolutely can. Quit spewing. Listen, your teenager not going to be able to afford a house or a family because you voted in a guy who is actively getting tax cuts to the top 1% and actively making prices go up. That's why your teenagers are not going to be able to get a job. We actually see the statistics that for the Gen Z population, right? We're seeing more Gen Z, right, live with their parents at the at the minimum age of 27. Why? Because of how expensive shit is.
So I actually just pulled up a.
That's why I voted for Trump, because when I tell you guys my concerns, you just gas.
Hey, someone was talking, so don't interrupt them.
I pulled up a cost-benefit analysis of undocumented migrants in Idaho, and this is how I learned that Idaho has some of the most restrictions on undocumented migrants in the country. They have very strictly enforcements against them receiving anything state-funded. It's like we don't really talk about federal-funded stuff, but in Idaho they can't even get state-funded things outside of education, which is required by federal law. So that being said, they've contributed $72 million a year in state and local taxes and spend about $570 million a year in local economic activity. So you should love them because that's just 2% of your population doing that. And because you're strict state laws, they have no access to anything.
My teenagers get a job and they can't at McDonald's or Walmart.
Your teenagers can get a job. Stop. Maybe your teenagers can't get a job because they choose not to fucking get a job. I don't know what to tell you. It is so easy for a teenager to get a job.
You guys don't take them seriously.
Oh my God! Our unemployment. I don't think you understand. What is our? Hold on. What is?
Hold on. I want to have this conversation. So I actually live in a sanctuary city. Been a sanctuary city since 1978. Of our 40% migrant population, 20% of that is undocumented. And as our migrant population increases, both documented and undocumented, our GDP increases, our crime rate goes down. We've become the second largest mid-range market for real estate in the country and the second most in-demand place for high earners to live. At that point, they are a categorical, objective benefit to my community. Why would I want that? Why would I care about a piece of paper?
You can ramble off as many numbers as you want. I know what I can see with
my own
eyes.
Facts are.
I know facts don't matter to you. You just think about what you see. I hate to break it to you, but your teenagers can get a job at McDonald's.
Truth has a problem with facts.
Right.
So I just looked. There are 83,000 jobs open in the state of Idaho right now.
Right. So since there's
83,000
there's 83,000 jobs, truth, right? Why hasn't your teenagers been able to get one job when there's 83,000 open jobs?
We only got the Walmart and the McDonald's around here. And
Sounds like
that's
you
where
should
my
move.
Kids need to go.
Sounds
work.
like you should move.
No, well, you want me to move? See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You guys don't. Take
I
my
mean,
concerns
isn't that the
serious.
same fucking argument that y'all make whenever women, say, hey, we can't get access to healthcare? Okay, then move.
That part.
Yeah. And well, the other part is I don't like them teaching that gender bending crap to my kids.
Oh, okay.
So you don't
Once
like
again,
science either? Okay, we
First
got
off,
you. We got you.
first off, he's already lying because truth. I'm going to tell you right now. I know almost every single state's curriculum. Your state curriculum doesn't even teach any of that. So stop fucking lying.
I seen the teacher put the rainbow
Ah,
flag in
stop
the classroom.
lying.
It's a flag.
Appropriate.
It's
So
a
what?
flag.
It's a flag. Who cares? It's the colors of the fucking rainbow. You have a problem with
It's
colors?
a conquest flag.
It's not. Do you have a problem with colors? Are you kidding me?
Conquest flag. You guys
Are we
trying to
seriously
take
gonna
over
sit
the
here and say that we have a problem with the colors of the rainbow? Are you kidding me, my guy?
No. One of my
No? Okay, so then why are you bitching about a flag?
because they had a little tomboy daughter, and they were trying to teach her that she was in the wrong body and trying to get her.
Nope,
to
that's a lie.
transition.
You're lying. You're
Let's
absolutely lying.
no, I'm not doing anecdotal experience. I'm gonna tell you the facts. The facts are in your state's curriculum, they don't teach anything about that. So stop fucking lying.
Almost like
you're
I'm staring
straight
right
up
now.
lying.
House Bill.
These
House
school
Bill 2
teachers
House
are
Bill
up
You're lying.
228 passed in
You're a liar.
2023 banned all this.
I got the
been
school
banned in
teacher
Idaho
right
since-
here.
Hold on.
So,
But
I think it's really-
I also have House Bill 223 from Idaho State House signed into law in 2023, which explicitly banned the things he's talking about. So it could not have been going on
Yeah,
at least for
we're
the last 2 years.
Christians, and here we have another
So
Satan
what?
worshiper
So
up
what?
here
So what?
in black
So what?
lipstick.
I'm
and
a
black-
Christian.
No,
So
I'm a Christian.
what?
we're Christians.
So what?
I'm a Christian. What's the problem?
Yeah, you guys are trying to get
So
these kids
what?
early and teach them
You
gender
aren't
bending
being
crap
harmed.
and
You
teach
are
them
not
about
being
Satan.
harmed. You're not being harmed. Lipstick doesn't hurt you, my guy. If your fragile masculinity falls apart at the sight of somebody wearing black lipstick, you need to get your nuts checked because they're not fucking working anymore. Now,
Hi,
what?
Olive.
Also point out that you're not Christian because you're a very hateful person. You've already
Very.
violated the Bible twice in this
No,
conversation.
there's a
Because
time for love.
22,
there's a time
22
for hate,
times.
there's a time
Shush,
for
shush,
No,
shush,
thank you.
shush.
Shush.
Somebody shushies him for a second. Because your first topic was how much you hate undocumented migrants when 22 times in the Bible we're called to welcome migrants and strangers into our home, into our land, into our country, and treat them as if they're one of ours. Now you're moving on to a topic that's not even in the Bible.
I would like
and then
Olive
saying
to
that's
speak.
because you're Christian.
Just going to say the fact that you'll complain about, a fake curriculum being pushed into schools, but yet your state wants to openly teach the Bible in public education sectors. If that's a problem with people teaching students how to be accepting, then I think only private and voucher schools should have religious teachings. I think it's wrong that you want to force, the Bible onto educators and their students, right? When your state particularly does not allow or doesn't require your students to be vaccinated, right? So you're cool with teachers losing their lives, not the ability to receive, healthcare and stuff like that. But you're cool with, the Bible being shoved down our throats and possibly teachers not only losing their lives, but also getting sick on a regular basis and having to call out with the lack of pay that we get already.
This country was formed on the supremacy of God. So,
No, it
like
wasn't.
it or not,
Oh, no,
that's
no,
the way
no.
it is.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. This country was not founded on religion.
Even steel manning that.
Yes, it was.
You're
Life,
not a
liberty,
Christian.
and pursuit of happiness under the
You're
supremacy
not-
of God.
you're not a Christian.
God.
That's not
You're
what
not
it
a Christian
says.
man.
That's
But
not what it
hold on,
says. You're a liar.
Hold on,
But
everybody.
that's not it.
I'll steel man
Rainbow-
this. I'll steel man this right
rainbow
now. You're not a Christian. You hate migrants. We are called 22 times in the Bible to welcome them in and treat them as if they're one of ours. You're not a Christian.
There's a time for war. There's a time for peace. There's a time for love. There's a time for hate.
Truth.
There's a time
Going
for
on?
truth. There's a time for deceit.
What war? What war?
What war is going on?
What war is actively going on in our school systems? Because I can tell you what war is actively going on. The fact that lower communities don't get enough funding for it. The fact that
part.
minority communities don't have public education sectors. The fact that red
part.
states like the one you live and the one I live want to put in voucher programs that ultimately harm our low income and minority.
The one I live in too. We can also talk about the that in my state actively right now they currently just passed where we are going to cite prayer in the beginning of the school day, which is against students' First Amendment right, and it's specifically only the Christian prayer, right? If we're going to incite a prayer, we should be praying for every single religion, right? Not just one, right? So please tell me what war is currently going on in the school system.
I don't know, but you need to repent.
Right.
That's
Nobody's
what you
repenting
do.
of shit, dude.
No,
Here's the
fuck you
reality.
and your religion.
White
You're all a
Europeans
bunch of
came to this
degenerates.
country. White Europeans came to this country to escape religious oppression of the Church of England, not license it, number one. And number two, the first thing they did when they got here was cheat the brown people. You're a history of thieves and liars. That's the reality.
We can also just go back to the First Amendment too. The
Well,
First
the
Amendment
funny
states
thing
freedom
is,
of religion.
Well, the thing is, earlier that one panelist with the white cat, she was saying, "Oh, I'm not a Ray Ray because I got a white cat." And guess what? My point is that
You don't have a point.
have one.
You don't have one. That's not how racism works. You clearly don't know how racism works. You want to be oppressed so bad as a white man. It's so funny. This is the problem with white cis men. Y'all want to be oppressed so fucking bad because y'all never in history have ever been oppressed. So when you actually see minority groups, whether they get reparation, whether they get equal rights, whether they get equal access, whatever the case is, y'all have a fucking problem with it, and y'all take that as, oh my god, I'm being oppressed. Oh my god, like they're pushing their ideology on them. When in reality,
nobody
that's
on
not
the
fucking
planet
happening.
today- Nobody on the planet
Jesus is a
today
brown
has
man.
anything to
Truth.
do
You know
with
Jesus
any
is
of
a brown
that
man,
stuff.
right?
And
I don't
you
think
guys
he
are
knows that,
trying to
Olive.
treat
Truth.
white people like
Truth.
they're
I want you to know
colonized.
that Jesus is a brown man, and
I'll be right back. Hold up.
because of YT history and stuff like that, you guys
Some
decided
had it
to change. You
decades ago,
decided
it
to
had
change
nothing.
who he was. Jesus is a brown man from Mesopotamia in the Middle East. Ain't no way he has blue eyes.
We're
brown hair,
being
and
colonized.
True.
The other thing you don't understand is when you tell people to repent, you're going against your teachings, right?